Do you ever fear growing old and regretting your life? The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that happiness will come someday, after we achieve more, have more, or prove more, never realising that day may never come. All I ever wanted was happiness, but I believed it had to be earned. I chased achievement, fearing that if I stopped, contentment would never come. Along the way, I forgot how to be present, not just with myself, but with the people who mattered most. My friends, my family, my husband, Simon. I would often ask Simon if he wanted to go for a walk. He would barely look up from his phone and say something like, "Maybe later." I would just nod, pretending it didn't sting. I don't remember our last real conversation, the kind with no distractions, no phones, no planning ahead. I told myself we were just busy. Life gets in the way, right? Then last week, I was scrolling through my phone, having a cup of tea, barely aware of the world around me, when I saw the post. A guy I went to school with, the same age as me, had passed away. I was really shocked. We weren't close, but that wasn't the point. He had his whole life ahead of him. It hit me harder than I expected. Time wasn't something I could bank for later. If I kept pushing happiness into the future, would I ever reach it? I put my phone down, realising how much of my life was spent chasing later, when things were better and I'd achieved enough. I glanced at Simon, headphones in, lost in his own world. When did we become roommates? I needed to clear my head, so I laced up my shoes and went for a walk. I walked without a destination, lost in thought, unsaid words, overlooked moments. It was at this point I realised I was outside the cemetery. I walked past here often to get home, but this time felt different. The silence heavy but peaceful. I wandered past the stones, reading names, imagining lives. Some were long, others cut short, and I wondered, had they, like me, spent their days chasing happiness, always waiting for enough? I doubt houses, cars, or possessions mattered as they faced death. I suddenly felt small, just another person rushing through life, chasing something undefined. How much time had I wasted on a version of success that might not make me happy? Sitting among the graves, I realised it wasn't time I feared losing, it was control. I'd managed my life like a to-do list, afraid that without achievements, I wouldn't be enough. In that moment, I decided I wasn't going to wait anymore. That's when I chose to go on a spontaneous day trip. No plan, no schedule, just trying to be present in life. Easier said than done. I tried to keep it spontaneous, but habits die hard. I researched walking routes, packed the perfect bag, sketched a loose itinerary. Not a plan, just preparation, right? The viaduct stretched ahead, framed by rolling hills. I wanted to come here for so long. It was stunning. I couldn't remember the last time I'd done something like this. I took out my phone for a photo. The lighting was off. I adjusted, took another, and another. Then I stared at the screen, at the perfect image of the moment I was meant to be living. I felt nothing. I had come here to experience the moment, yet all I was doing was trying to capture it. To prove something. To who? Strangers on social media? Myself? I shut off my phone, stuffing it deep into my pocket, and just looked around. The silence felt strange, alien after so much noise and distraction. Inside, though, I was anything but quiet. A mess of thoughts, doubts, and the urge to do rather than be. Then I saw it. An old smooth stone on the path. I picked it up without thinking. It was cool, solid, real. I remembered a game from childhood, collecting worry stones and tossing them into the river. It felt silly then, but now it makes perfect sense. I grabbed a pen from my bag, and then without overthinking, I started writing on the stone. Every goal I chased for happiness, promotions, recognition, milestones. But beneath it all, the belief that success mattered more than the simple moments, and there'd always be time to fix things with Simon. I walked to the edge of the viaduct with a stone. I realised I'd carried the weight of my own expectations for years. Chasing something undefined, skipping conversations, enduring silent dinners, and watching love quietly fade into routine. Part of me didn't want to let go. If I wasn't chasing something, what was left? And then I threw it. I watched the stone tumble into the river, imagining all my expectations and pressures sinking with it. Too heavy to float, and I felt lighter.
Flowers away through the hours of cold.
For the first time, I realised happiness wasn't something I needed to chase. I used to worry I'd grow old and regret how I lived. But now I realise regret doesn't wait for old age. It grows where we forget to live. The most dangerous lie isn't that we don't have enough time, it's that we think we'll always have more. But we don't. What we have is now. And today, I choose to live in it.
Who am I, darling, to you? Who am I to tell you stories?